8 years. I helped people find high-end executive jobs. I did that for 8 years, and then I stopped, had my 3 children, raised them. So when they started going to school, I wanted to do something for myself, and I wanted to get back, and I couldn't decide what it is that I could do that will give me the flexibility of also taking care of my kids later in the day. So my father was not anymore, but we were incredibly close. He called me up, he said, I got it. I have the best job for you. You should become a matchmaker.
I love that. And it seems like you have
My questions, and as he's answering, I'm like, oh my God. And he started talking, I'm like, you are answering exactly like my client. And I went like this, like over here, and I watch it. Oh, he was, and by the end of the interview, he's like, I am so excited. I'm like, you don't understand, people have a date in 2 days because you guys are
people who think, they haven't gone on a date in a long time. Sometimes the people and they're taking one of their tips and tricks on this.
Couple I set up didn't hit it off romantically because they don't have someone. They are traveling together. I have people that do business together, and you want to hear the best part? I've had people meet.
Moving on to, bars, gay clubs are losing their value. There's 2 stories, one electric TV playing. Also, between the I've got those LED lights, it's red. I've got the super lights, it's red. It doesn't go on like that, but by all means, where you often get that feedback as well. You don't ever get that feedback pretty much when you went on a date with somebody, and whether you want it or not, you don't get it. And constructive criticism.
Today I am prepping to make tomato sauce. I had to think about it. I've cooked tomatoes before, like added tomatoes to probably store-bought tomato sauce or some type of pasta sauce. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do today. My coworker has a garden and he had some tomatoes he brought to work, so I brought some home and I thought I want to make my one sauce that I do. I usually make that with the cherry tomatoes and the feta cheese block, so I'm gonna try to do some variation on that. But the first step is washing the tomatoes, getting those washed up, and boiling them for about 2 minutes. So I think it's been about 2 minutes since I started. That's just to loosen the skin so I can peel those off. And then I'm going to put them in some cold water to stop them, to shock them. And then I'll peel those. And a little bit later, we'll continue with making the sauce. The little ones, I'm just gonna put them in like this. I'm not gonna try to get the skin off of those. Okay, so next step is I will just cut these up. I'll probably cut them up with a knife, or I'll do that, or I'll use the blender. And then it's just a process of cooking them. So we'll be right back for that part. Gonna let those cook long and slow. And there's just a few things I gotta check my recipe again that I gotta add. I know I need some lemon juice. I think I'm supposed to put sugar in it, maybe a little salt. And I've seen people put like red wine in there. I do have some red wine, so I'll probably do that, but I'll do that closer to it being, once the tomatoes break down. So we'll come back to that. Let's give you an update on the tomato sauce. It's coming along. I stirred it up a little bit, but yeah, gonna just let that keep cooking, at least for another hour or more. Just a few updates. I'm in the midst of cleaning, trying to organize, which is why you see like some things on the table, comic books, pictures I want to get framed, books, an upcoming project. Over here, just did some cleaning, redid the bar area, and yeah, don't look at the painting. But one update, the potted plant, so far nothing has come up. I should have did like, I feel like it's been about a week, maybe almost a week. So nothing yet, but we'll keep giving updates, and as soon as something comes up, I'll put it into the first video that I can get it into. Also, don't look at anything, quite a mess. I just dusted off this shelving unit here, and just trying to organize. One of the bulbs had broken, that was in one of the lights, one of the photography lights. So I was trying to figure out where, is this glass coming from? But yeah, one of these busted. Maybe it just got old. I do need to buy some more of these. They're quite expensive, so that's coming up. Let's go check on the tomato. I did give it a little taste, get some light on, and it's coming along pretty good. It's thickening up here right now. So, and I did taste it, and it tasted like tomato sauce. I added a little bit of sugar. I did add a little bit of red wine. I don't have any lemons. I wonder if I can use limes. I do have that, but I'll stop somewhere probably tomorrow and get some lemons, because I'm thinking I want to do the pasta dish. I also need that feta cheese block, which I also don't have. So those will probably be some things I'll pick up tomorrow, and then maybe by Wednesday, because today is Monday, we can have some pasta with fresh homemade tomato sauce. All right. So I gotta apologize to you. I totally dropped the ball on the tomato sauce. I did end up making spaghetti, and I didn't film any of that. So basically what I did is I made my feta cheese spaghetti, which is, I took the sauce that I made from the tomatoes that I got from my coworker after, the last scene you saw of those. I mixed those in with feta cheese, and I added some garlic, a little bit of lemon juice, and also I used for the meat was ground turkey and some Italian sausage. So I mixed all that together, and that became the sauce. And I, just cooked some regular spaghetti, and I, mixed that together, and I had, spaghetti. So I do apologize for that. Sometimes us YouTubers, we start out, we have this great idea, we're gonna do this video, and then, it's like you sort of balance living in the moment with creating, and you kind of drop the ball, or at least I did. So I didn't get to film that, so I thought I would just show some clips of some of the different pasta dishes that I made with tomato sauce. As a, as a concession to me not making or not showing you what I ended up making. So these are just a few clips of some dishes that I made in the past that range from just regular spaghetti to chili to pizza to lasagna to macaroni. I like to do a lot of homemade pizzas, and this kind of started when I was like a teenager, anywhere from 18 to 21. I used to make these pizzas. I wanted to make pizza for my family, for my younger brother and my sisters. And I used to work in a market. I worked behind the meat counter. This was years ago in my teens. And I would see all of the different things that people would be buying. And this was also at a time when Food Network was really big, and that was a new thing for me, like cable and watching the Food Network and seeing sort of getting a view of what was out there food-wise. And that's when I sort of between the history of my family, my dad, my mom, my grandmother, all of my aunts and uncles, grandfather, all of them cooking and us having Thanksgiving together, and then having Food Network, it just became like an interest of mine. Seeing my mom cook, and working in the store. So I was like, oh, let me try that. So I was like, saw somebody make pizza on TV, and I was like, man, I want to do that. So I did it, made it. It was a big hit. Like, I did everything from scratch, like from making the dough to, prepping all of the ingredients for the pizza. And that was something that I really enjoyed. As I sort of grew and became the person that I am, the pizza, the making your own personal pizzas became like a big deal for me. Like anytime that I was like, I'll say in a relationship. I think one of the really cool things to do, like for a date night, is to make like personal pizzas. And you don't have to make the dough. You can just go out to the store, to one of your favorite sort of local markets, and just buy the pizza dough already made up. And then, you don't even have to make the sauce. You can just buy, they sell pizza sauce. If you don't want to do the whole thing from scratch, and then you just get your favorite ingredients, or you just sort of have a smorgasbord of ingredients, and then everybody can make their own pizza. That's a really cool thing to do, whether you're in a relationship or if you just want to do that like with your your family or your kids, or also as like a work thing. I can remember one time when I worked in Ohio, and we did this thing where it was like every month, I believe it was like every month, a department got to host like sort of like this sort of almost like a potluck type thing, and we decided to do make your own pizza. And so that was pretty cool, where we had all the ingredients and the crust, the dough, so you can make your own crust. And then we got all these ovens that we had brought in, and people just made their pizzas, and that was like really cool and really popular. But yeah, the tomato sauce, it turned out really good. I don't know what type of tomatoes those were that I got from my coworker, but they were really sweet. I only added maybe 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then I think when I was making the final part of the sauce, I forgot to tell you that I also added like some red wine. The only other thing I added for sweetening was maybe 2 more tablespoons of brown sugar, and that was it, just to top off the spaghetti once it was made, maybe some Parmesan cheese, and that was cool to add to it, just to give it that cheesy, sort of taste, and push it over the top. But yeah, again, I apologize that you didn't get to see the final of that. I've done a couple of pasta dishes on my YouTube channel, and I'll probably do some more. But yeah, I just thought I would really quickly show you some other things that I made since I dropped the ball on that. And yeah, I thank you for joining me on this food vlog, this tomato sauce, this pasta rendition of Michael's Kitchen for Michael McGill. I thank you for joining me. Now, if you haven't done so already, I'm gonna need you to subscribe. I'm gonna need you to please like if you do, and share, and also please comment. Let me know what sort of dishes you make, what sort of dishes you like what is your favorite pasta dish. Like mine is lasagna. I probably only do that like maybe once a year because it's just so involved. But yeah, the pizza, spaghetti, chili, personal pizzas, yeah, those are my favorites. So let me know what yours are, and come back here next week and we'll have a totally new vlog for you for this Sunday post. And thank you again for showing up, if you do. And if you haven't, for the people that don't even know about me yet, if you're new, yeah, I'm just I'm a guy who's crafty. I like to cook, so my vlogs will sort of go from food to art, and sort of design, homemaking type of things. But yeah, if you like the content, please let me know, and I'll see you next time on Michael McGill.